What is good, agents? It's me, Agent SC3. Today we have a deck profile for BT5. It is actually a yellow WarGreymon deck that we won an online local Digimon event with. The event was pretty small. It was only about 6 people, but regardless, the competition that this deck faced was pretty interesting. I'm actually surprised that it did as well as it did, because security control has always been my greatest weakness. The deck just tilts me, it frustrates me, and I find that I make stupid mistakes. Yet somehow we played through this tournament against 2 different builds of security control, and we did really well. So a few of you guys who were in the tournament asked me to make a deck profile, and same with some folks in the stream. There's actually the final match, the final round is up on the channel right now. If you guys want to go and check it out, it should be over here. Yeah, if you guys want to check it out, the information card should be right here, so you can go and check out that video. This should be dropping either the same day or the day after we uploaded the match. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the deck profile. All right, so we're gonna start off with our Digitama first. Also, if you guys want me to make a video about double sleeving and some things and some products you guys can get to do that properly, let me know. I can definitely hook you guys up. I've been doing a bunch of research about that myself, because I was just super interested in protecting my art sleeves as well as the quality of my cards. So if that's something you guys want me to talk about and make a separate video about, let me know. Just let me know in the comments. I figure I should cover that, because I'm sure some of you are like, why the hell is this deck so freaking thick? That's why. All right, so start with the Digitama. We are running 4 of the Grauman. You could, oh shit, that's not Grauman. This is Grauman. There we go. We're running 4 Grauman. You could do this with 4 Grauman and 1 Pikmon, or sorry, 4 Pikmon, 1 Grauman. I wouldn't personally, and here's why. This Grauman will be more useful because this deck, while you can spam the board, which you'll see in that gameplay I mentioned previously, it's more important to reduce that DP when you swing, based on your amount of security, because it's a higher chance that you'll have 3 or less security than you'll have the 3 or more Digimon by the time you're ready to swing with your level 6. It's just kind of the nature of the beast, and what I've noticed so far, Grauman seems more consistent. But again, I haven't play tested this super extensively. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to. But again, we won the tournament, and that was my first time playing the deck, or this variation of the deck. So maybe that says something. Of course, lastly, we have the 1 Pikmon. And again, it does come up. It's just not as often as the Grauman. Okay, and for level 3s, we are actually running 4 of the Patamon from the yellow starter deck. This Patamon is great, simply because it's inheritable. Every time you pop a Digimon by reducing its DP to 0, you gain a memory. Obviously, with yellow WarGreymon, that's going to happen a lot, and with a lot of the other cards in here. But yellow WarGreymon, which you'll see, is a key player in reducing that DP, and there are a lot of ways to supplement that to make sure you kill off, you know, whatever your opponent has on the board. So there's that. Next, we are running another star of this deck, no pun intended. 4 copies of Starmon from BT5. On play, for every Digimon on board, you get to pop something or reduce something's DP by 1k for each, which is awesome, especially with the WarGreymon, and especially if you are going to be running that and have your Anjuamon underneath it, because on both swings, you might be able to drop 2 Starmons, reducing your opponent's DP even further, or you might drop 1 Starmon, something else, etc., etc. But either way, Starmons is essential because of its ability to kind of feed off of Anjuamon and even Magnadramon. Next, things get a little weird, and this worked out a lot better against security control than I ever thought possible. So we're running 2 Renamon. Now, why did this work out so well against security control? Mega Flare or Ultimate Flare will not kill this. It's a 4 cost. So even when my board was de-digivolved, I was fine, right? Yes, it sucks. I got de-digivolved, but against security control, it's not that big a deal, because I mean they're reacting to you more than anything else. So even if it pops up in security, or they just play it off board to get rid of your big stack, you still got all these little guys that have a higher than normal play cost, which we'll get into more of those cards that are in the deck here in a second. Renamon's also nice because you get a minus something security attack by 1. This deck, it does a lot of just self-mutilation thanks to Blinding Ray and WarGreymon. So Renamon sometimes can cover your ass if you don't have a blocker and you want to make sure you're not going to lose. You can play Renamon hard play it. You can use Anjuamon's effect. You can use Magnadramon's effect. Either way, you have ways to take advantage of her ability as well as the fact that you don't have to worry about it being taken out by something like Ultimate Flare, which again is more helpful than I feel like you'd think. And actually, just so you guys can, in case you're skipping around and want to pause and stuff, I'm gonna leave out the cards so you can get a sense of what's what. There we go. Then we got our Renamons. Next, we have that boy, Bushi Agumon. I mean, I think Bushi explains himself. He has Rush. Blinding Ray with a TK. You can play him for free. You can play him and still swing. You'll have 5 memory. I don't think he needs an explanation. Then we got Salamon. Salamon's great because, again, self-mutilation is a thing in this deck. You can play him for free, obviously, with your Magadramons and Anduamons, which is great. And then, of course, when she's deleted, guess what? You recover 1 if you have 3 security or less, which is going to happen a lot. Also, these guys down here, Ultimate Flare does nothing to. So don't feel bad, which I normally do, if you have to use them as an evolution source, because even when they're de-evolved by something like that, they're safe. You're good, because their play cost is above 3. Even, and another really cool thing, which you'll see in that gameplay that I mentioned before, when we got Ultimate Flared, we had these guys out on the board. So our board wasn't wiped. We lost, yeah, one of our WarGreymon stacks, but it didn't matter because next turn, because we got like 7 memory, we just evolved right back up and kept the combo going. So again, this deck works really well against security control, at least in the test games that I've had so far, as in the 4 games that we've had, I guess 5 technically, whatever, that we've had so far. We've done pretty good. So let's go ahead and talk about level 4s. Go ahead and stack these guys up. I did not think I would love this deck as much as I did in this format, to be honest with you. I tried Lord Knightmon, just don't like it. It's just not for me. Then we're running, for level 4s, 4 Pitomon. You need blockers. You need blockers, you need blockers, you need blockers. I cannot say that enough. The reason why you need blockers is simple. You're killing yourself slowly. So taking advantage of the fact that you can evolve into cheap blockers like Pitomon is great. However, Shoutmon is a problem for you. Why? Shoutmon will just blow up Pitomon if you try to use it to protect yourself from a blitz or something like that. So that's just something to keep in mind whenever you're playing against red, that they have a lot of ways to get rid of your blockers now. So you got to make sure you can outpace them, or at least make them have to build back up. But keep in mind, even if they build back up, if you give them too much memory, you're going to get blitzed. That actually happened to me during this tournament that I had mentioned before, where we lost, I think it was game 2. I'm pretty sure it was game 2 because of that. I totally spaced. Oh shit, I just gave you 7 memory. I don't even remember what I played, but I gave them 7 memory and they blitzed into me and that was it. Next, we have 4 Toughraman, Combat Bunny. Awesome, 1 drop, 6 KDP. Don't think he needs much explanation. Then let's talk about Unimon. Unimon's great, classic blocker. I'm only running 2. In the old version of this deck, I actually ran 4, but I don't know. I think 2 for me is a nice sweet spot. Gives me 6 blockers, and then it gives me 6 other, level 4s that serve other purposes. So did I say porpoises? Purposes. So let's go ahead to our next level 4. We have 2 of the Grauman. Now everybody's always like, Grauman? Why Grauman? Here's my reasoning for it. 1, I want to do something different. 2, he's a 4 cost. So if I need to hard play him, it's not as painful as any of these other guys, because of the 4 costs. The other thing is, he's going to give my WarGreymon an extra 1 KDP, putting him at 12. And if I have WarGreymon under it, he's going to be at 13. And when you see our other level 6, it makes sense why we want to power up that WarGreymon to make sure he can survive his checks. Because now we have so many things to worry about that you can hit in security that are above 11k that will screw you over. So that is why I make sure to try and just give him that extra oomph as needed. So that's it for our level 4s. Let's go to level 5s. For level 5, we got 4 Anduamons. Anduamon's awesome. Again, she explains herself. The one thing that sucks is with her 6 KDP, she can be Trident Revolvered, which is painful, but it is what it is. But when you drop her on evolution, reduce security attack by 2. Once again, sometimes that can be super freaking helpful because we're mutilating our security and we need to make sure that we can get through certain turns, even if it just means stalling it out so that we can take advantage of WarGreymon later to weaken your opponent's Digimon and kill him that way. That's why she's here. Her inheritable. boom, you can drop your Starmons, you can drop your Bushi, you can drop that Renamon, and just kind of keep it going. Next, we're only playing 3 of this guy, and that is WarGreymon. Now, WarGreymon, his main effect is Digiburst, and I don't think I used it in any of the games I played in this tournament that we won. No, we didn't use it at all. I really used him for the fact that his inheritable would give WarGreymon or my other level 6 1000 DP, which is helpful because self-mutilation. That's not to say that WarGreymon's minus 4K isn't useful. It definitely is. It's just that in the events, in the matchups that we had, it didn't come up. But I do think it would be valuable to keep in mind and use. I know a lot of times people use it for slash. That's generally what it's used for. But again, that is helpful. But you don't need to do the slash combo in the way this deck is built out. Next, we have Superstarmon. The reason why I run Superstarmon over Untitled is literally because of play cost of 6. In the event that you break or something terrible happens and you have like your level 5s and your level 6s or level 5s, level 6, level 7, or whatever combination, I'd rather just take the hit of playing for a 6 cost than a 7 or an 8. Personally, and he's a 2 cost to evolve. Yeah, no inheritable. Yeah, I'm probably not swinging in with this guy, but he's just here to build that ladder. So, you know, I don't really care. Could you put in Telamon instead? Yeah. I don't think it matters, personally. Because Telamon doesn't have any inheritable abilities or anything like that. So now, let's get into the boss of this deck, the star of this deck, the main man. We're running 4, if I can pick them up, WarGreymons. I wish I had all 4 alternate arts, but I'll probably buy them off TCG Player. Fun fact, they're like 20 bucks right now, I think, last time I checked, the alternate arts. WarGreymon explains himself. So every time you swing, you restand, take a card from your security, assuming you have a card in your security, you have to. So if you don't have any cards in your security, if you didn't know this, you're not going to be able to use his effect. But you take a card from your security, restand, lower something by 6k DP, you know, you may or may not kill it. It's great for getting rid of blockers, which is how we really muscled through security control, especially in the last game. Mechanorimon, those things didn't matter to us because we just said, hey, guess what? You're dead. You're dead. So that was really helpful. Also, you know, because you get 2 attacks, if you have Anduamon under it, that means you get two summons, which is great for free if you have the 3 security or less. Again, I'm sure a lot of you guys know that already, but for those of you who are new to the game, or you didn't know, now you know. Now for our side megas, you ready for this? We are actually running 2 Sakuyamon. Now, why is Sakuyamon great? 1, when your opponent moves something out of raising, it actually loses 3 security attacks, which is great. When again, we're talking about self-mutilation, and again, we're talking about, you know, if you got WarGreymon out and you just need like 1 more turn to finish the game, if you can get out your Sakuyamon, guess what? That Digimon that you're scared of and raising is no longer a problem, unless it has like 4 checks. Then I guess it's a problem. So there's that. The other thing that makes it really good is on your turn, all of your opponent's security Digimon lose 3000 DP. So WarGreymon's killing anything. If you got your Grauman or your WarGreymon or both under it, you're good. I guess the only problem that you would have would be the original Omnimon, anything with 15k DP, but I think that the chances of running into that are probably slim enough that you'd be okay. But these 2 out together, freaking awesome. Awesome. Even just having Sakuyamon out is great because she can swing on her own, especially if you have your Grauman or WarGreymon underneath. Or, of course, if you got that Anduamon, you can still play free Digimon. So, again, she works really well with WarGreymon, and I'm sure with probably any yellow boss, to be honest, just because of the ability to make it safer to swing. The last card, which I revealed on accident, we have Magdramon. You don't have to run this. I do because recovery. You know, recovering 2 is great, especially if you know your opponent's in a weird situation or you're playing against security control. Yeah, you're giving them a lot of memory, but it doesn't matter because they're not building up a big Digimon. They might Gaia Force you or something like that. But still, you have a decent sized board. You should be fine. And the nice thing is, even if you don't want to use her effect, you can Digivolve into her and use the when attacking effect to still play free Digimon. So if you got your Anjuamon under here, boom, guess what? I'm still playing 2 Digimon like I would off WarGreymon. That was one of the key ways that we got over security control, is it was just spam the board. Just start hitting the board with all kinds of Digimon. It doesn't matter what they do. Even if you hit GigaForce or whatever, it's just one Digimon that's dying, and you have a wide-ass board with a couple big bodies. You're fine. You're fine. I'm curious to see how this plays against Lord Knightmon. So if there's any Lord Knightmon players, hit me up in the comment section, and we can definitely link up and play some games. I'm always down. I'm always looking for games. If you're not a member of our Discord server, click the link in the description box below. Join the Discord. Find some people to vibe with, and get some Digimon games in. Next, our level 7s. Just 2 Chaosmon. Yeah, how could you not run him? I mean, he explains himself, right? Hit 2 Digimon, or activate the effect twice of reducing something by 7k. If for some reason, you know, you can't get through it with WarGreymon or whatever, you can nuke a field. And when it dies, thank you for the 3 memory. So, explains themselves. Next, let's talk about option cards. I think you can do whatever you want here, for the most part. I'm actually running 2 Spiral Masquerade. Why? We do spam the board as the game goes on. And even if, you know, you're playing all these Digimon for free, boom, 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 and then you still need to make sure you kill or close out something, Spiral Masquerade. Even if you have 3 Digimon out, that's minus 9k on one thing, 3k on something else, 3k here, 3k here. However you want to divide it up, it's great. And it works in security, which can be pretty nice. Then we got 2 Blinding Rays. Again, self-mutilation. This deck does a lot, but Blinding Ray is great because extra memory in case, oh shit, in case your opponent's trying to choke you. Guess what? I'll just give myself extra memory and go from there. So that one, again, explains itself. Why it's valuable, why you need it, why you should use it. I mean, I guess you don't need Blinding Ray. You could run 4 Spirals, but I don't think you'll have enough bodies on board consistently to make Spiral Masquerade as awesome as it could and should be. Does that make sense? That's why I kind of split it in half like this. Who knows, that could change. I'm going to keep testing and iterating on this deck. And the final 2 cards are Tamers, and it's just 2 copies of TK. If you want to run more Tamers, I guess you could. I personally wouldn't. You could run the Tai Kamiya that came out in BT4 if you wanted to give yourself some extra memory and to reduce your opponent's DP by another 1k. I believe it reduces it by another 1k. Or does it? I can't remember if it reduces by another 1k or if it's plus 1k DP. I'm sure I'll put some kind of notice somewhere on the screen and let you guys know, because I honestly don't remember. But TK is great. Search your security, grab what you need, and recover. Super simple. So yeah, guys, that's the deck. Like I said, if you want to check out the gameplay from it, make sure to check out the video. It's going to be right over... Nope. Over here? No. Over... I can't... Ha! We got it. It's going to be right up here somewhere. So, guys, make sure you go check out the video. I really appreciate you vibing and coming. See, I'm talking like we're live. I'm so used to being on Twitch, man. Jesus. Anyway, guys, before I make any more mess-ups and have to do some crazy cuts, I really appreciate you checking out the video. I will see you in the next one. If there's other deck profiles you want me to cover, other things than Digimon TCG you want me to cover, just let me know in the comments. And always looking for new ideas. So anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.